post that somewhere where I always have it to remind myself.
You could post it around, make it big, go to Staples.
Yeah, there you go. That kind of wrapped up a lot of stuff in it, not too big a space. It's good.
Yes. Good reminder, even though, it's not the way you want to be reminded when.
Right.
If anybody has anything more pressing, please go ahead, but I'd like to share my screen and show you the 18 spam messages that I've gotten in one day. And it was 18 last night. This morning, it's now 21. Can I do that?
Go ahead. You having trouble?
I just clicked on, let me do it again. There we go. Okay. Are you seeing it?
Click that tab, but don't hit the X.
Click what? Uh-oh. So my mouse died. There we go. Click what?
Click the Nancy Tuttle at Yahoo email.
Don't click the X.
Don't click the X.
My mouse isn't working.
Throw it up against the wall once.
Huh?
Is it wired or is it wireless?
It's wireless and it looks like it's working when I pick it up, but it's not
Take the
showing.
battery out and put it back in.
All right, here it's working. Now, what am I doing? Okay, I want to click on this, right? I want to click here, but I want to go to, unfortunately, you guys are in the way. Oh, all right, my mouse has got a whole mind of its own. Why is that not working?
It's moving.
Yeah, but it's moving the opposite way that I move it. I'm moving it to the left and it's going to the right. All right, if I can remember to do that. Oh my God. How can that be?
I don't know. Maybe the
Oh.
mouse is getting old or the battery's
possessed.
dying.
All right, forget it. How do I get out of here? Stop share. I can't even reach stop share because the mouse doesn't do it.
Do you want to go get an?
There you go.
Did you stop me? Lynn, is that how it
Yes.
happened? Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, now what do I
What
do?
did you say, Stephen?
I asked whether Nancy accidentally had her mouse upside down.
Well, that's what my first thought was, because I've
My
done that.
mother-in-law did that once. It was
I did that
crazy.
too. I did that too, and that was the first thing I looked at when it went the wrong way, and no, it's not right upside down, so I turned it around upside down, and that didn't help it. All right, so you think my batteries are gone, or what?
It
Do
is
what?
when that happens.
What kind of
I
batteries?
would go get another battery and see if that fixes the issue.
All right, I don't even know how to go, continue on. I don't even know how to open this thing yet or get a battery. You sure there's a battery in it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, you guys go on and
Mouse
I'll.
on your
play with-
desktop?
Pardon?
Are you on your laptop or your desktop?
I'm on my left laptop with a.
You have a mouse on your desktop?
Yeah, but I don't have,
With a trackpad.
I have, the mouse on my desktop is a plug-in mouse and I don't have cameras or anything on my
No, just
desktop.
to go get the mouse. Plug it into your
Yeah.
laptop.
Isn't it a different driver?
Nope. Your machine will find it.
All right, I'll go continue on. I'll try something.
This is Renee, and I have a question. Can anyone hear or see me? Because I can't see me or hear me.
Hear but can't see.
Oh,
You
okay.
look like a
See you, but
witness.
it's like the lights aren't on.
It's like you're in a witness protection.
Because I don't
Did
even
you?
see that. I mean, usually I see everyone plus myself up in the
Mm.
little
Which is
thing.
Saw
We-
you early. We saw you initially, but you went away.
You were on for just a bit. Is there like a little like knob at the top of your thing right there?
There
Yeah.
you
you
are. We got you.
Okay.
Yeah, now we can see you.
All right, when I do that, can you see me now?
Bye.
Gone.
Oh,
All right, but is it still the witness protection program?
Yes.
Yes.
But do you notice that you can kind of see shapes and you kind of can see me? Should
I
I,
think
when the-
it's the light from the window. Because there
Oh.
have been times when you've come on where it's completely black.
Oh, because that when I first did that and I could still see the shape, it's weird because right now I push the little button over. So you really shouldn't see anything, right?
Right. Do you want to
But on this
try
end,
closing your
There you are.
shade?
oh, I can do that. Yeah, duh. Let me do that. Don't mind me. I was just trying to make an attractive background for you guys.
We appreciate that.
Look at your beautiful face, not your background.
But
Yeah.
that is a nice feature when you close it at night, or when you're not on a Zoom call.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Now
Okay.
it's black.
All right, let's see. Opening.
Yay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, talk among yourselves now.
Do you have another question besides your camera, or was that your?
Well, I was going to suggest also to Nancy about, as Chuck said, just kind of move your battery around and in your mouse.
All it takes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a piece of dust in there between the
Yeah.
contacts, and taking the battery out, putting it back in, or spinning it around frequently solves those kind of problems.
Yeah.
But we have to walk Nancy through getting her battery because she didn't even know she had a battery.
Yeah.
So when she comes back,
Oh, my.
Stop it, Chuck.
I didn't say it. You notice I'm moving today.
I did
know, I
notice
was gonna
that.
say
I'm not
something.
frozen.
What you do?
I restarted the computer.
That's
My
when
new
Easter
mouse
Disney
behaved.
pictures.
It made my new mouse behave too. It's very crisp now.
Yes, Chris.
speaking of the mouse, my husband has a thing. I leave my mouse on all the time. I just don't even think about it, just leave it on. He says, well, you don't need the battery to run down. So when he's ready to shut down the laptop for the night, he leaves the mouse upside down. It looks like a turtle on his back because he's turned the little switch off. So he knows when he comes in the morning, he has to turn the switch back on before he can use the mouse, which I think is pretty clever. I just have a quick question. I already know the answer, I'm pretty sure, but my cell phone is working 100% fine in every feature except when someone calls me on the cell phone, their voice is either sometimes garbled or it keeps missing parts of words. So I can't understand them and I have to have them call back on my house phone. I'm just going to take it to you break, I fix, unless you have another idea, Lynn.
Did this just start like this week, or has it been
A couple of weeks ago, and I keep ignoring the problem because I always tell people to call on my home phone unless I'm away from home and need them to call me. But I hope to be having a friend come on a flight from Massachusetts and we'll need to connect when to pick her up and things like that. So I'll need the phone part working.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard of this problem before?
Well, I think of it more as a network thing, like you're not in an area that has good service. But if you were having good connections and it just stopped, I would think that would not be the case
Yeah.
with your network.
So just
not
take
like
it into them.
And my other question is it, is there a pattern with it? Is it like iPhone users or Android users, or is it across the board everyone? Or landlines? Like is landlines work coming through, but cell phones aren't? These are things
It
I
had
would
been working
test.
up until I noticed this problem a couple of weeks ago. But like I said, I generally tell people not to call on that to chat. If it's a quick thing, it's fine. But I mean, I use it a lot for communication with my son and his family. It's mainly texting, hi, we're on our way, or whatever, a quick question. So the text is working fine. It's just the voice is not. Okay, I'll take it in. Thanks. Nancy's back. Hopefully with a new battery.
Hopefully,
Oh, I mean, Renee, who was it that had the problem?
Nancy is
yeah,
the
me, but I
mouse
don't
lady.
even- Wait a minute, how do I get back to the Zoom? Because I got
You're on-
this, it's on launch meeting. I can't, oh, wait a minute, hang on.
You can close the browser.
Start out, do what? Because I. Oh, wait a
Press
minute.
the
Never
blue,
mind, I
the
got it,
blue
I got it.
Zoom.
I'm there. Hello. All right, it's amazing what a fresh battery does. And maybe I need to do that on my my other mouse too, because it's acting funny. All right, so did Renee have something else?
No, let's finish yours and then I will have a question, but
Okay,
let's figure yours out first.
all right, here we go. See if I can, get this out of the way. I want to, well, I guess I don't have to, is
We're seeing your
it's-
screen.
Huh?
We're seeing your screen.
Okay, but it's not full screen, but that doesn't matter. Okay, if you can see the thing, if you see I'm in spam,
Mhm.
look at all the things. They're all different names
Mm-hmm.
and they're all Gmail, which is interesting because I don't even use Gmail. I have a Gmail account because I have to for photos, but they're all Gmail. And they came in May 15th, there was 18 of them. And then there's now been, 19, 20, 21, there's now been another one.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I just keep deleting them. Is there anything else I should be doing?
Mm-hmm. Since they're going to spam, it's not anything you need to worry about. That's where they should be
Right.
going.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't need, I mean, eventually maybe they'll stop or what?
No,
It's
you will
interesting
always get spam emails. You're probably always going to get more spam,
from
but
this
they're
one.
going to your spam folder. So you can
Alright.
either ignore them or delete them en
Okay.
masse.
Watch. Goodbye. All right, that's what I'm doing. It's only the one email. My real email doesn't get them. So I don't know how it got involved. Probably something I ordered or something. Set out my name. I don't know how that happened.
Well,
I think it's
I'm
a good
impressed-
idea to check spam periodically because I get occasional things that shouldn't go in there that do.
Oh, I do. I
All
do
right,
check that. I check my spam almost every day to make sure that there's nothing in there, but
good.
anyway, but all right, thanks. Bye.
Excuse me.
God bless.
It's a good problem. But yeah, the more alarming thing would be if you're getting spam mail in your regular inbox.
All right, onward.
Renee.
Oh, thank you. I have a question. If you could review storage. I know we talked a lot about it, but okay, I pay 99 cents for iCloud Plus.
Mhm.
Then I got an email from Gmail yesterday telling me my storage is 50% full. What is Google storage? I
So
didn't know I
good-
had Google storage.
Good question. So you have a Gmail,
I have a Gmail.
so, oh, of course, let me switch over to mine. So Google, provides storage space to house all of your, emails,
Okay.
and they give you,
15
15
gigabytes.
gigs.
15
And
gigabytes. Thank you. Yes, I
when
see that.
When they came on the market, it was
Mhm.
like 15 gigs was like the coolest thing in the world. They didn't have that beforehand. It was like
Right.
a game changer. People were not saving emails before Gmail because they didn't have enough storage space.
Right.
Anyway, so you have 15 gigs in your Gmail.
Mhm.
which is overall your Google storage. So if you use Google Drive,
Oh,
which
what's Google? It says Google Drive. What's that?
so Google has online, kind of like the Microsoft Office suite
Uh-huh.
that is in the Google world. So if you go, to here, this is like the Google suite of programs that you can use.
Okay.
And Gmail is one of them.
Uh-huh.
And
Got that.
Google
Gmail.
Calendar, if you're an Android user, will be the
No,
calendar
not
you
me.
use. I use Google
Sam?
Calendar because I think it's more interesting to look at. Google Play is an app store. Google Search and YouTube and Maps are probably ones that you use a lot.
Yeah.
But Google Drive, it is kind of like your online storage section.
Uh-huh.
So you can upload stuff, you can create new documents, you can do a Word doc, sheets,
Mhm.
PowerPoints, forms. And so here are a couple of recent things that I've been working on. So overall, your Google storage is 15 gigs. So
Okay.
that could be all Gmail storage,
Mhm.
that could be storage in Google Drive.
It breaks
So
it down for me. Okay.
mhm,
Google Drive, 20 MB, Gmail, 7.47, Google Photos, 6 MB.
mhm,
I,
megabytes.
yeah, I didn't know I had Google Photos. I thought they were all in my iCloud.
Yes. So you can, I actually have my photos going to Google Photos as a secondary backup.
Uh-huh.
So you could do that.
Right.
It's just another place.
So basically, I'm using it, Googling stuff too much. So the 20 MBs are, me just, oh, who's this? What's on today? Or what's happening in Geneva, Switzerland, or stuff like that.
No, it won't be
No,
like
no, no,
ones
it
that
doesn't
you
have
search.
anything to do with your web browsing.
Oh,
It would be most likely people have shared, they can create photo albums and they
uh-huh.
might have shared a photo album with you and you could
Okay.
view and access that. So like in
Okay.
iCloud, you can create different albums.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing one or two people shared an album with you because that's such a small amount of storage.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like all your photos are going there.
Okay.
So this past Sunday for Bob Young's 95th birthday, his family sent me a Google Photos photo album
Mm-hmm.
so that I could download them all.
Right.
So
Okay. Um, you know, okay.
So you
So
could-
I need, go ahead.
when you can go, and go to your photos section in here
Uh-huh.
and just
Okay.
see what you have. So when you log into
Oh.
email, click on
Uh-huh.
the photos and see what you've got. And
I
you
see.
might go, oh, I don't need this, and delete it. Or
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I thank you. It's just weird that it's sudden. I've never seen this before, and I was wondering, I didn't know I had Gmail storage,
Mhm.
because why am I paying 99 cents to Apple? So,
Mhm.
okay, thank you.
And you're getting 50 gigs from Apple, so you've got more
Mhm.
storage with them.
Yeah. So I should delete a lot of emails, which is, one of those things I need to do, and
All
see
of
if I can
us.
find these pictures.
You said you were only at 50% though, right?
Yes.
No, she's much more. She has almost 12 gig out of the 15. I think it said
But
11.
mine is 77, Stephen.
Hmm?
The one I screen share was mine, and that I have 77.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was
Okay.
Renee's.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, and I have been using this account and really haven't been cleaning it out
Mhm.
since I've had it, which is almost 15 years now.
Right.
So I would not think that you're going to immediately, fill that,
Fill up.
information.
Yes.
but
Okay,
not a bad practice to clean out from time to time.
all right. And excuse me.
Good question. Yes, Bob.
Yes.
Speaking of
Finish.
storage, etc., we have from way back a collection of photos in Shutterfly,
Mm-hmm.
and we haven't used it for a long time. They're just in there. Got a notice that if we didn't purchase something from them, or forget what the explanation was, in certain time, everything would be deleted,
Mm-hmm.
or we could download it. Is there a secret to downloading all those pictures that are there?
So, Bob, that reminds me, I got that same email and I went, oh, I need to remember to do this.
So did
I
I.
had it too.
So thank you. Because I believe the deadline is March 19th, which is this weekend.
Mhm.
So, I honestly don't know what the secret is. I'm trying to log in now so that we can look at it.
I guess we could buy time by just buying a photo or something.
Right.
I guess I didn't get that message because I use them to create a Christmas card every year.
Yes, then
that
you
would-
should be
Yeah, okay, got it.
safe. But yeah, it shows you like when in history you have photos from, so you can go, let's see. How you download this stuff.
We
have
have until March 29.
Move to.
March 29, you said?
So I just checked.
Okay.
So where did you start? Your Shutterfly.
I was just trying to see if I could
Oh.
find a quick way of downloading. I think the email said how to do it. But
Okay, I may not have read deeply into the email.
let me pull up the email. Because yes, yeah, I have it pinned. So download your photos by the 29th. But projects cannot be. So purchase. It does not give you specific instructions of how to download, of course, because they want you to buy it. Yeah. So that's interesting. Yes.
I have a different issue with Shutterfly. I have no idea. I didn't even know I had an account, but we did buy Christmas card pictures this year, but it was with my Gmail account. And this apparently came from my Comcast account that I don't use anymore. So at some point before 2018, I obviously ordered something. I have no idea. So I wrote them back yesterday and said, I have no idea if I have any pictures in Shutterfly or not. And I can't get into it because I have no knowledge of an account. So I have no, I guess I could try and sign in with Comcast and say I forgot my password or something,
Mhm.
which would be the thing
That's what
do.
I would do personally.
Yeah, and see, but I did order something in January. So it's not like I shouldn't be under this thingy. Anyway, we'll see.
So I found if you're under memories, you can hit save and then download. But that's not all of them. So if you wanted to
Save the whole
go,
album, Lynn?
so I wasn't clear or not whether or not it would do that. Here, it's going to
Photos,
download the
okay.
whole album,
Yeah, there you go.
notify me, right? But you're gonna have to do that for all stinking albums. Right. Thankfully, I don't have much in here, but
Try that one with 38 and see if it lets you, if it says it's gonna do them all.
38 Peach Festival.
Beach
Either one.
Festival.
There
Yeah,
you go. So they'll download the whole folder for you.
yes. So yeah,
So what do? You go to albums?
go to albums and then you click on the album and download.
Okay.
Do you have a chance of telling it where to put it?
It's going to notify me in Gmail.
No, I mean, when you hit download. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so I would have to do that, but I feel like oh, maybe that's all the photos I have, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, that theoretically is how you do it.
You can decide where you want to download it to.
It's going to notify me via email, and I now have emails.
Oh, so you save it through your email.
So now I've got an email that says download.
Oh, okay.
And then from there,
So you could send it to a flash drive or something.
so from there, I don't think I shared my whole screen. It went to here, and then I can download from there, and then I can choose, where I want to send it,
I found an article that talks about how to do all of them at once.
Great.
Whoa.
I'm gonna send it
Put it in the chat.
the URL in the chat, yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's faster than me playing around with
And how do we save that?
it. So if you click on it right now, the file will open on your browser.
Okay.
So you could keep that open until you,
Just,
keep it open. When you end the Zoom meeting, you can keep the browser window open and play with it.
I got it, Gene, I think. Cut and paste.
You can also, bookmark it or find it in your history later. Like you're like, oh, I clicked on this link yesterday at around 10:30. And you can look it up on your history. Have you guys ever looked up history data like that before when you go?
No.
I was on a
No.
website and I can't remember how to get there.
I have a thing that looks like two screens, task view. And it tells me what I opened last day or two. Is
Nice.
that a way to do it, or is there another way to do it?
So in your browser, if you click on your browser, you see there's a tab at the top that says history. I don't know if somebody wants to share their screen so we could do it together, and then it will show you.
Share your screen, Gene.
I could share mine, but it's not, I know what I'm doing. Don't want to go too fast.
Yes. So that's going back out. So I'm going to. Oh, I can't get out of the Zoom meeting to open anything.
So if you hit the share screen button,
Mhm.
that's green,
Yes.
and you share your screen and hit the blue button, it will show your whole thing, and then you can do whatever you want, and we'll see it.
Oh, I get you.
There you go.
It wants me to sign in again.
You can install the software later.
Well, usually so you can see me then.
Yes, we see. Well, we don't see your
We don't
face
see you.
anymore.
We see your screen.
Oh.
You're
Did
black.
Did you put the sliding door on?
No, it's, oh, there it is.
Maybe it's gravity.
No, 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 yeah. Okay, so you
Um,
can see my screen, huh?
Yes. So if you open up Chrome,
Okay, where it says Google Chrome.
um,
Okay,
oh, that's in. So under where it says update on the top, our faces might be over top of it.
on
On
this side.
on the right side.
Yeah. Oh, I see update.
Yep. If you click those three dots,
Uh-huh.
there's the tab history.
Yes.
And these are recently closed items, but if you click on the full history option right there, you can see
Uh-huh.
the shortcuts Control H if you guys are shortcut users. So if you click
Oh.
history, the next one over to the left,
Uh-huh.
this is your entire browsing history. So if you ever are wanting to know what you did to find
Mhm.
a link, or if you're trying to go on someone else's computer and you're wondering what their browser history is, you can learn a lot about people.
Oh, so if we want to spy on people.
So like if you're like, oh, I don't want anybody going and snooping on Christmas items, let me delete my Amazon history from this time period. You can go in and delete that.
Got it. And
And-
if I want to remove something
Yes,
from it, I can just
do that.
remove from history.
Hmm.
Okay.
Lynn,
Yeah.
do you recommend periodically deleting history that's X time old or just doing it item by item?
I tend to do, when I clear my cache and cookies, I tend to delete my browsing history at the same time. Unless I know like, oh, there is something that I want to go back to and look for. Sometimes I regret deleting my browser history later, but
How often do you delete your cache and cookies?
whenever our website's misbehaving,
Oh, okay.
that's the first thing I do.
Am I right? You can get to that by Control Shift Delete.
For your browsing history, no, that is your
Your
force
cookies.
quit. Force quick. Control Alt Delete is force quit. So if a program freezes on your computer, you can do that and shut it down.
Bob said shift though.
Oh, shift.
Control
I-
shift delete.
I'm
Oh, I'm
shifting.
sorry. I don't
Control
know that
Shift
off the
Delete, I think, was a shortcut.
I don't know. Does that work? Someone try? You're right. You're right, Bob. Not that I should be surprised, but
Thank you.
If you ever need a substitute convener for tech time, just call on Bob.
yes, I
you
think
go.
I will. Yes.
How is he on Apple though?
Well, it's command. It's the same thing, but command.
Ah,
So command shift delete.
And he's very fond of apples, Connie.
yeah,
Where's delete?
I'll remember that next fall.
Oh, wait,
Um,
what's it gonna do? What's it gonna delete? The history?
That gets you to cache and cookies.
Oh, okay.
So
Can I
if
ask
you,
what cache and cookies
Cache
is?
and cookies.
It sounds like
great
an ice cream.
question, Judy. Cache and let me find my little fun video about cache and cookies because that's more interesting than me trying to explaining it.
Just like Girl Scout cookies?
Yes.
Okay,
We
good.
don't wanna delete those.
No, you want to eat those.
Hey Chuck, it's glad to see you. I'm glad to see you moving again. That must have
I
happened
know.
last week while I was
But
away.
they cost a lot of cash.
Got so lethargic just doing nothing, you know?
Hold
Did it
on.
just happen or did you figure it out?
Ran out of things to try, so I restarted the computer.
Bev finally finished her project.
Uh,
Yes.
yes and no, but yes enough that I could restart.
Okay, Miss Judy,
I'm scanning things as we speak from Disney.
so here is a short video for us to watch about cache and cookies.
Chrome lets web trackers follow you around in a way that might freak you out in the real world. Imagine you're just out browsing, minding your own business. But from the very first place you visit, you get joined by one of these. A cookie. He belongs to an advertising network or data tracker. In other words, he's a spy. What's pesky about cookies is they stick with you, allowing nosy companies to tag along to all the other places you browse. The more places you go, the more cookies you collect. They're how a pair of pants you look at in one shop end up following you around everywhere you go. Tracker cookies come from lots of companies you've probably never heard of. But the #1 cookie baker is Google, the same company that makes the #1 web browser, Chrome.
Could I get a drip coffee?
Drip coffee?
Google makes most of its money by targeting ads. So no wonder Google doesn't do much to stop the surveillance. You never know where you'll find a cookie. Over time, cookies help data companies build profiles of your interests, income, favorite places, and personality. These profiles can shape what you see online, including the prices you get charged for products. In a week of regular web browsing, you might get tagged by more than 10,000 third-party cookies. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can use a browser that blocks third-party cookies by default, like Mozilla Firefox or Apple Safari. Chrome keeps making it harder and harder to block trackers because Google has a conflict of interest. Switching is the easiest way to protect your privacy. Unless you really like surfing the web with a whole bunch of nosy strangers.
Good.
That's great. Can you send that to us or the link?
Yep, I've sent it to you before. We've watched it together before, but never had the one.
But
So
just
what does that
suppose-
say? What do we have to do? We have to not use Google, we're to use Mozilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is an old video. It came out, when did this come out? This came out in 2019. So it's 4 years old.
Uh-huh.
And since then, because there've been so much pushback from customers,
Mhm.
browsers are starting or are now having to get rid of third-party cookies because we complain so much.
Mhm.
So browsers in 2019 that defaulted not using the bad cookies were Safari, Firefox, Brave, it's there's a bunch of them that are default not to use them. And Google has announced that, I believe it's this year, I'd have to double check, they are fading them out as well. But there are still some websites that you'll see when you get there, they say you must require third-party cookies or cookies of some kind to help run the website. So it like auto saves information for you, so it's faster to load, which is different than like advertisement tracking.
Mhm.
That may still, that's why in Safari and Firefox and all of those other, you still see cache and cookies, because you're not getting necessarily the ad tracking, but there are cookies still embedded in the website to make your process a little more user friendly. So that's why we clear our cache and cookies, get rid of all the garbage that's back there and
Mhm.
reload it from fresh. Because it might be bringing in old data from,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So Lynn,
Lynn,
I do have Firefox,
Um,
so I don't have to worry about this. That's what I mean, that's my
so
browser. I use DuckDuckGo, but you know,
so you use Firefox as your browser, your search engine is DuckDuckGo. Yes.
yes.
So Firefox is going to hide the third-party advertisement cookies. So that's what Jeffrey was talking about in his video. The second layer of cookies is cookies that help speed up your website to load faster. For example, you visited the Westminster website probably a couple times to watch the live stream. So it's visited that website, so it's preloaded some of that data because it remembers you've been there before, which are part of the cache and cookies. And that will save, oh, that image or that document is on there. So it will load that information again. But Barb Drain updates the live stream bulletin every week. So if you go to the website, it might preload the old bulletin that Barb uploaded the first time you visited. So if you clear your cache and cookies on Firefox, Safari, or any of our, ad-free cookies browsers, it will clear out the history and be like, forget that old bulletin that I viewed a year ago. I don't want to see that anymore. And it will reload the new information that would be like this upcoming Sunday's bulletin.
Lynn,
Great,
some
thank
of your virus protection software will also give you the option whenever it does a scan.
Yes. So Jean, I think, had a question, and then Connie.
Yeah, talking about browsers and Safari. On my phone, if I'm searching for something, I click on Safari, and then I have a choice of Google or Bing. I'm just right now seeing I also have a choice of Apple. I've always gone to Google as opposed to Bing. Would Apple continue with Safari then, or how do I keep from using Chrome? I try not to use Chrome.
Right. So on your phone, you can use, there are pros and cons to every search engine, as we've talked about, right? The nice thing about Google is it shows a lot of things really quickly, conveniently, and easily that other browsers, it takes longer because they're doing more behind the scenes stuff. DuckDuckGo is great for as far as like giving you a straight platform across the web of everything. But because of that, conspiracy theorists really like using DuckDuckGo because it will maybe bring in information that are most viewed online, which could be either true information, or it could be conspiracy theory websites. They get mixed in together. It's more based on the use on the internet. So, there you can use the Apple search, which is kind of I've not heard anything positive or negative, like extreme, like Google, you hear about advertisements, and DuckDuckGo, you hear about the conspiracy theorists liking it. I use You right now, which I really like, which is a new one that came out. It's both a browser and a search engine. So it's you.com, like you
YOU or the letter
yes,
U?
YOU. And that's what I've started using. It's a little bit more, in control. But Bing is kind of a general. They're overhauling Bing now with Chat GDP, And I believe that they have launched that. So that might be something that we want to try next time. I think when I was looking at Judy's computer this week, we saw that it had been added. So we could go in maybe next week and play with Bing's new AI. Because the AI that kind of chat GDP that we've talked about that's new is also going to be integrated in Google's search engine. I think it's going to start being added into all the search engines at some point, and it's going to revolutionize how we search for things online. So,
but again,
that's the goal.
if I want to go to Safari, I thought that Safari was a search engine also. I thought that was everything. So if I want to search through Safari, and I thought that was one of the selling points of Apple, that it was a safer safer place to go. Where would I want to what would I want to search through from there?
That is,
I'm not speaking very clearly, but
I understand what you're saying.
thank you. I'm having coffee. That affects my my
So,
whole personality.
I just checked on the Safari on my computer, and there's one that I don't know it. It's eCosta. Maybe that's what Apple is. Let me Google that
I haven't mentioned Brave either.
Brave, yes, is also a search engine and browser, which I also like. I use that as my browser currently. So what is it? eCosta. This one looks interesting.
Just clicked on Apple.
This is one that that Apple seems. Oh, I wonder if it's like a tree friendly one.
Yeah.
Ecosia.
So this is one of the ones that Safari offers, which I've not heard about. But yeah, there's a lot of new ones coming out.
Okay. I just clicked on Apple and it looks like just an ad for all Apple stuff.
Apple does not have a known search engine that other companies do. That's the one thing it doesn't have.
So what does Safari do then?
Safari is the browser.
Yeah.
The browser, what's the difference between the browser and the search engine? The browser is the application that you use to go to the internet. And that can be Brave, that can be Safari, that can be Chrome, wherever Chrome is here. It can be Firefox, all of those. Search engines are how you go to find information on the website. So in that in that screen at the top of your browser, up here, this is a search engine. So you can type in thing, or you could go.
So that's equivalent to Chrome or Firefox.
So you can see as I'm typing, it's telling me it's searching through Google right now. So whatever actually I lie. It says that I'm using Brave right now as my search engine.
Yeah.
So that's what's what I'm using. But you can go in and change that to any search engine. So whatever the, whatever you are searching online, that's going to be a different, this is you, right? Google would look different. If I went to google.com.
Well, is you a browser or a search engine or both?
It's both. So, oops, trying so I can get, so you can see, they look different, you know. It tells you like, this is kind of like a definition. This tells you the actual date, right? So this brings up dating apps, which is not what I was going for. So depending on what you're using, you're going to get different information.
So as
No.
long as you delete cache and cookies, Chrome can be a fairly safe, responsible search engine to use.
Right. So
Okay.
it's really, what do you like better, like with the search information? And as you can see here, what I was going for, Google put that information right here at the top for me, right? Where the others didn't. Did I give a good search? Not really. So I didn't say what is today's date. But
No.
so you can
No.
play around with all of them and see what you like best.
Okay.
But how
I
do
do
you-
different things for different uses. Yes, Connie?
Well, one
Right.
quick thing is for Apple, it's Command Shift Delete to get rid of cache and cookies.
Yes.
Okay. The other thing is that I set a new password for my Comcast, whatever. And it turns out that all the pictures are here to upload that I uploaded came from my son. So I hope if I delete them all, because I don't need them all, I could download maybe 2 or 3 out of thousands. It won't delete them on him. Me too, will it?
No.
I mean, no. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That worked to set up to do a new password.
Yes, Miss Judy.
I'm still trying to figure out how to raise my hand and I'm not finding.
Okay.
I just
wanted-
figured.
I was going to ask too, but I didn't want to look like silly.
Go to
So let-
reactions
So Judy
down the
can.
bottom.
Yeah, that I did. I went to reactions and I've got,
Reactions.
oh, there's raised hand. It's the biggest one. That's why I missed it. Anyway, I am here because this is true confession time. I'm the one who got hacked. And I have made all kinds of excuses in my mind for why this happened, some of them fairly legitimate. But I just wanted to share an update with you, just how grateful I am for the help I've gotten from Lynn, from Best Buy, where I took my computer, and with help from Lynn telling me what to ask them. I told the guy, I said, listen, just so you know ahead of time, I'm speaking in a foreign language now. You need to take the files out and you need to scan the files for any malware before you clean the computer and put the files back in. Yeah, and I do sort of understand that now, but they were great. But one of the biggest helps that I got was from and it was after the fact. Steve came when this happened. My son Steve came when this happened because I do some online banking and we immediately changed my password to get in. But when this scam happened, it seemed so legit to me because the timing of it was just as I clicked on a site I had not clicked on in a long time. It was like, boom. And I just assumed that it was related to that site that I had gotten one. But Lynn shared that I actually, at one point, this helpful man who was helping me clean my computer up and wanted to help me with the banking, we called S&T Bank supposedly to their fraud department. And one of the things S&T always asks me when I go online to do anything is the last 4 digits of my social security number. So I knew that had happened before, so I gave it. And it wasn't until that person started asking more questions that bells finally went off. But the bottom line is, so far, it looks like no fraud has happened. But what I got from my bank were these pages from the Federal Trade Commission, what to do right away and what to do next. And it's about placing the fraud alert on your credit reports. I had no clue about that, but there were the directions there. I did it. It was called the companies, which was the bank in particular. I called and I have 2 new credit cards coming with new numbers because they're the ones I use for almost everything. I did, one of the things on here was to file a report with your local police department. And I was having trouble tell them what the fraud was. Well, I'm thinking, I don't think there's been fraud yet. I mean, they hacked me. So I called my neighbor who was a West Goshen policeman, and he gave me some good information. I had intended anyway to write a whole pages of this whole thing. What happened, what the phone numbers were that showed up on my cell phone, that were odd phone numbers after this happened. He said, write it all down. Then he said, the only time the police department is going to pursue is if there has been actual stealing of your funds or something like that. And he said, then you can go to them right away. He said, you have everything documented with dates. So I thought that was helpful because I wasn't excited about running to the police department. But it just, in hindsight, of course, stupid, but at the time it seemed so legit. And Lynn shared what it looked, and I'm seeing I guess it was the Microsoft logos on there. It seemed legit to me.
Yeah.
But the bank was a great help. My computer is scanned, cleaned, taken care of. The young man who helped me there is majoring in college in I think he called it electronic forensics. He described it to me as like if you watch CSI, which I have watched, and they do the forensics thing. He said, I do it on all kinds of software. I said, I was grateful for him. But it's been an experience, and it's made me so paranoid. I mean, I had to update something on my computer this morning to be able to join in. And when it said, is it okay to let your computer do this? It was like, woo, I don't know if I want to do it. I'm going to be really, I'm going to be a much more paranoid person, which I don't like, but that's the way it is. But I got a notice that my new credit card's coming tomorrow, one of them. So hopefully everything's taken. The one unnerving thing I wanted to tell you, Lynn, about this was yesterday while I was in my Tai Chi class, my phone rang, and it has a fairly nice ring. So I let it ring once, then it rang again. So I went and grabbed it and I didn't answer it, but I went outside. Then it rang again and I answered it, just hello. And I could hear this background noise and I hung up immediately. So when I went to Best Buy, I showed the guy there, and and I knew how to block that caller. But they called me. This was the number that had shown up when this hacking happened. It was a number they called me 5 times yesterday.
Yeah.
So I blocked the call, and he said you might get more. They can't now, but it's blocked. But I have that number, and that number is going to go into my records of when I write this whole thing up.
Yeah.
But
Another thing that I do for those kind of things is for unknown numbers to silence unknown numbers. So that way it doesn't even ring when it's someone I don't know. That if you want to do that, that would be another way to.
In addition to blocking, you mean? I mean, I blocked the caller. Silence.
So any number that's unknown, right? That any, telemarketer or anyone, it would silence that number. If, you have a doctor's appointment or something and they're calling from a number you don't know, they would also go straight to voicemail.
Oh, okay.
But, so there are pros and cons, right? Sometimes if I know I'm expecting a call from an unknown number, I turn it off and turn it back on. But that's another way of one more step that you might not get a phone phishing attempt on you.
Okay.
But when you say number you don't know, that means a number that isn't in your phone's directory.
Yes, contact list. So if you save all your, if you save everybody by a name on your phone, if you have people that you don't have if you have a son or a daughter and you don't have their name saved in your contacts, they would be included in that. But Judy, would you be willing to give us copies of that we could scan and send to folks that they is what they gave you to for what to do?
Oh, yeah, what to do, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a what to do right away and then what to do later, which was about, well, close new accounts, so remove bogus charges from your accounts. That was if it happened later. But this has the addresses and everything from Equifax. Yeah, I'll talk to you about, because
Yeah.
I probably don't know how to scan them either. I don't, so I'll get
you
help
bring
from
them to
you or
church
to them.
sometime,
I'll
I
bring them
can
to church
scan.
and we'll copy them. But I just thought it was nice. I mean, that's something I can put in a folder and pull up, and let's hope I never need it again, but
Yeah.
Right.
it was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a comforting resource to have available.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
don't beat yourself up, because this happened to my husband and I last year, and it was so, it's always after the fact that you see that it's not really
Yeah.
who you're contacting. But and also now I have once it happens, now you realize that when you read about people that it happens to, they're not, foolish, or they're not like, why did they click on that? No, because it's just they work so hard to trick you. I felt very violated. I was afraid to tell anyone last year because I was so ashamed.
Well, when I saw what Lynn posted, I have to admit, my first reaction was, oh no, that's me. And then I figured, better to say, hey, it was me, and
Yeah.
share that I got some good stuff and some good help, so.
Yes. And it helps to share, because my husband didn't want to tell our children, they're adult men, but I told one, and he said, oh, it happened at his company. Someone, there's 3,000 employees, somebody opened one bad email,
Yeah, and they all got it.
stole $3,000 from the company. It's a nonprofit, but like one person out of 3,000 clicked accidentally,
Yeah.
So it happens fast. It has nothing to do with my education.
It's more timing,
Yeah.
where you are emotionally, and
Yeah.
it just
Or you're
dumb
just
luck.
going fast.
That was
It's-
part of
it's a
my
lot of-
excuse. I was not in a good place emotionally because Steve had been
Yeah.
in the hospital and been discharged the day before. So it was
Oh
like,
boy. Yeah.
and I was distracting myself by doing something fun when I got on that website, which was,
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
No.
Sometimes it's a good deal of work just to go back around what should have been the source of the call to verify they're not trying to get a hold of you. In some of these scams, it's
Mhm.
call this number immediately because we're shutting down your credit card. Well, what do you do about that? Well, you go back to the issue of the credit card and see if they are in fact looking for you, and that's some work.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, and poor Judy had sirens blinking at her the whole time too.
yeah, it was this warning with this voice. And this person supposedly was helping me mute that on my computer, but every button that I have on my computer to mute did not work. So
Yeah.
I somehow,
It's scary.
Yes. We're
Using the
human.
internet is becoming a full-time job.
Yeah. Yes, yes. And we're taking Lynn away from her real job. I've stayed on too long because you guys gotta go to work and stuff. So
But
Just a
it's
quick
important. Oh, go ahead, Judy, or Dean.
to say just a quick tangential item. You didn't have your credit cards physically stolen, Judy, but how many of us make copies of the front and the back of our credit cards and other driver's license and anything that's important, and store it in a safe place just in case they are stolen physically? Makes it much easier to cancel
Yeah.
things.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm just grateful that no fraud was actually, taken for you. So you were lucky.
I was lucky.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's good reminder for everyone. So.
Sure is.
And
Back to
thank you
delete.
to Lynn, Supergirl.
You bet.
And remember, the ultimate AI search is god.org.
Yes, yes.
And the ultimate chat box is a chat box.
Don't put that in.
We're allowed to be honest with how we're feeling at the time. We do that, right, too?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
yes.
Veteran community.
That's right.
Back to the cookies. To delete them, do I have to come up where it says cookies and then hit the delete, or does using that Control-Shift-Delete just automatically delete all your cookies?
No, you'll
It
have to
gives you
clear it.
options.
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen and we can walk you through it and what all those
No,
options
it's
mean?
too late. We can do it next time though, maybe, or something.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I just didn't know where to find the cookies to delete them. And
Mhm.
It's fairly simple. You do that and it gives some options. What do you want to delete? And you click what you want.
But you don't get this, you don't get to see the cookies and say, oh, I don't want to delete that one.
So
Oh, sorry.
this is kind of basically what you see. This is browsing history, download history, cookies, and other site data. It tells me that it's got 263 cached items. The cached is kind of the stuff that's saved that I was kind of Barb changing the bulletin is like a cache. And then
Okay.
passwords, autofill information, site shields, and host app data.
But
And you
that's
can change it from all time. I do it from all time, but if it's, something was broken in the last hour, you could do that. Or, 24 hours or whatever. This is the basic. I always do the advanced. And so you can hit clear data and that would do that. If you wanted to see what's in it, you would click on this button here. And mine blocks it, but you can go down here and see that I've added some sites to always use it. So and this browser, which is Brave, it has a do not track button and clear, but you can go in your settings on whatever browser you're using and play with those.
But that's comes up when you click the Control-Shift-Delete, right? Is that
For
what you're saying?
Brave, it does. But I think you use Edge or Firefox or Chrome.
Chrome probably would. So anyway,
It
so
will look something similar to that.
okay, that's what I just didn't understand, that how to get to the screen and I thought you had to get to the screen and then use the Control-Shift-Delete, but the Control-Shift-Delete gets you there.
Correct.
Yes, you just have to hit the clear button and make
Okay,
sure that
cool. Thank you.
Give it a try. You don't, just by
Yeah.
doing Control-Shift-Delete does nothing. It just pulls up the screen of the
Okay.
options that you want to use. So just have a look at it,
Got
even if
it.
you don't want to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to try it now because I didn't want to delete all you guys.
You shouldn't delete us. It's
No.
hard to delete us.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Lynn, for staying
Yeah.
on.
Thank you, Lynn.
Have a great week, guys.
See you in church.
Bye.